biggest mistake that you can make when getting into health and fitness, bodybuilding, trying to give yourself a better physique, or even just do a standard diet is to view your calories transactionally. So, what I mean by this is if you are performing activity as a trade off for food you are going to eat or calories that you are going to bank later in the day, later in the week, whatever, that's a really bad habit and mental space to be in. So a lot of people will do this kind of justification in their head. They'll go for, let's say a 2 mile walk, and let's just arbitrarily say that that's 100 calories burned. They'll say, cool, 100 calories burned. That means I can have, I don't know, 2 Oreos. They view the food as an expense and their calories to purchase that expense. The more calories I burn, the more I can eat. The reality of this is that even though, yes, it works on paper, it tends to lend itself towards pretty bad habits from just overall eating perspective, from how you should be structuring your diet, can lead you down paths to eating disorders. Because the first thing that often happens is, well, if I can do the activity to earn the calories, I could also just not eat breakfast and have a bigger dinner. And then those things kind of snowball, and you can have a really bad relationship with food. You want one slice of pizza? Okay, well, I have to do 6 miles of running today because I want to have pizza later. The body is not so cut and dry, calories in, calories out. That's a very basic view, and it works. That's true. Calories in, calories out is a very real thing. But you're also going to, with consistent activity over time, and a lot of it just being passive activity like step count, drive your metabolic response up so the body is a little bit more receptive to actually being able to eat things that you enjoy without having to feel like you're transacting your effort for them. And once you get into a good space where you're not thinking that way with food, you kind of get to a point where food becomes less of a focus. And that's another really big downside to thinking this way is you're so hyper fixated on the food and the reward mechanism behind earning the food that you pay more attention to the food than you would normally if you were to just get your activity in and then kind of eat what you want, right? This is kind of how I start people out. If they have this transactional way of viewing things, I'll say, let's log your calories. I'm not going to count them per se. I'm not going to give you a hard guideline, but let's log them for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it takes to kind of get them in the right mindset. And over that period of time where they're watching their calories, but not really adhering to a specific plan with them, we're going to also increase the activity. And as that activity increases, then when we hop into a more structured diet where we're making food source changes, we might be swapping cereal for cream of rice, right? We're going to see a little bit better response from the body because our activity level's up. We're now swapping out some cleaner food sources, and probably as part of that, bringing calories into a more reasonable range for expenditure as well. So don't view calories transactionally. You don't have to run a mile to eat a slice of pizza. If you want a slice of pizza, have it, but keep your activity up. Be active. Not everybody has to live a bodybuilding lifestyle. If you do, these things change a little bit, but I still don't like to see my clients in the bodybuilding realm view these things transactionally. We have structured off-plan meals for a reason. We have diet breaks for a reason. Utilize these things to kind of help resensitize yourself, get you back in the groove with food, and keep you in a healthy mental space with food.